Hello and welcome to National Lampoon Live. I'm your host, Harrison Greenbaum, and we are trying to bring some laughter in a crazy time every Tuesday and Friday at 8 p.m. Our new time, that is 8 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. And we're also trying to raise awareness and funds for the COVID Foundation. You can donate to covid.cm/National Lampoon. Any amount, even $1, is helpful. This is a fantastic organization. If you actually go to this website, you can find out a lot more about what they do. Some of the things that they do includes getting PPE to frontline healthcare workers, as well as the underserved, the homeless. They're just a great organization. We had an interview with one of the founders, with the founder, Ben Way. We had an interview with him several weeks back. He's a great guy, and what they're doing is unbelievable. So any amount that you can help with, we really, really appreciate it. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, just go to Harrison Comedy. At Harrison Comedy. I tried to get Harrison Greenbaum. They said it was too long, and I think it was a little anti-Semitic. I don't know why I'm starting bad rumors. But anyway, it's Harrison Comedy. That's my name. We have an incredible show for you. And we also have an incredible virtual audience, which we have every episode. And let's start with Iowa. How you doing, Iowa?
Woo! Hello.
We're doing great.
Is that a Democratic donkey?
It is. The blue wave.
The blue wave, nice. I like that. You're like, we're in Iowa, but you want it to be very clear where our political affiliation lies.
Yes.
I like that. You have a donkey surfing, and the guy next to you is just dressed like a surfer. So that's pretty good. You have a surfer out of season.
It was all planned.
And how are you guys? How do you guys know each other?
We're dating.
We are dating.
Nice. Is this a fresh relationship? Was this we just started dating, but screw it, we're going to quarantine together? Or is this a more long-term thing?
Pretty much the second option. I moved in right before quarantine, so
that works out perfectly.
Long distance to 24/7. So
that's a big jump. How long distance were you before the move?
What?
How long distance were you before the move?
He was in Wisconsin, and I was in Iowa. So
a couple 100 miles.
Nice. I literally know sort of how the East Coast looks and sort of how the West Coast looks, and the rest of it is sort of a blur. I assume those states are far apart from each other.
Oh yeah, so far.
I just found out today, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but did you know that longitudinally, New York and Nebraska are on the same height?
Are they actually?
They actually are. Isn't that crazy?
No, I didn't.
Nebraska and New York, same. Just you could draw a straight line, a curved line around the globe, from one to the other.
Figure that out. What were you searching?
I was looking at the map, and I was trying to fill in my gaps. Yeah, that's how I discovered it. Iowa, thank you so much. And New York, on the same longitude as Nebraska. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but according to flat earthers, that means I should be able to see them, right? You said Nebraska or Nevada.
I did drive a straight line from New York to Des Moines.
Wow.
So
and how many cornfields did you pass on the way?
I think a lot.
I think more than one is considered a lot. It's after the first cornfield, they all become the same, and then you go, holy shit, this is going to be 4 hours of the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Indiana was particularly bad.
The cornfields are nature's Marvel movies. They all have a very similar plot. All right, New York and Iowa, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get straight into the panel. This is our new leaner, meaner format. I don't know if it's going to be meaner, but we'll find out. Your first comedian, I think, is holed up in a bunker in the country. He has been on High Maintenance on HBO. He's been on Comedy Central. I've known him since my Boston days. I love him dearly. Give it up for Mehran Khaghani, everybody. Give it up for him.
This is goddamn thrilling. Hi, everybody.
How are you doing?
Honestly, I have no occasion to complain. I have no right to complain. I have a drink. We rented a house that's too big.
By the way, just for the people who are watching, we do have a word of the night. Anytime we say the word, we encourage you to drink. And that word of the night tonight is sex.
Oh, okay.
Anytime you see sex, take a drink. This is
all right.
This is let's call this water vodka.
Is that really just water?
It's just water.
Why would you do that, Harrison? Yeah.
It's very hard for me to drink and perform at the same time. As an experiment last week, I do a magic show every week. And I had people for every $10 they donated to the show, I did a shot. And then I had to do a magic trick at the end of the live stream.
Genius.
And it was hard. It was very hard.
Not for me. I have been drunk, I don't know, I would say for 25 years. I mean, that's just realistic.
But you're in the country right now. Is country drunk different than city drunk?
I'm mountain drunk. I'm actually at elevation. And it is, we drink so much more casually, but I'm in bed by like 10.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that insane? Because you know I'm a night owl to death.
100%. We're both vampires.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, there's no occasion to stay awake. Do you know what I mean? There's no one to bang pots for. The bears, black bears. That's honestly my audience right now.
I once did a gig in like Wyoming, and I looked out in the audience. I said, "This is really sad that the blackest thing here are the bears."
Shade. It's not very colorful out here either, but they hate us all the same. They hate because New Yorkers, the city folk, when there was a mass exodus from New York City, and they were like, "Keep your dirty city viruses away from our beautiful woodland air." Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of that. We got yelled at the grocery store for buying eggs. Those are our eggs. It was very bad.
Was it the New Yorker thing? I feel like you have a lot of strikes against you up in the hillside.
Oh, and I dyed my hair pink. The guy at the dump wanted to pick a fight with me. I was like, I will fucking fight you. I will absolutely fight you. I am from the world.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you wore your favorite shirt from the Joe Exotic collection. I love that so much.
How dare you? How dare you?
Let's bring on a mutual friend of both yours and mine. Love her to death. She was also on Comedy Central this week at the Comedy Cellar. Give it up for Jaye McBride.
I hate this bitch. I love her so much.
Oh, it's so good to see you guys again.
And it's good. We have the same shade of weird margarine yellow in the background.
Like this. Yes. By the way, it's nice to be like in a room with Mehran where I don't have to hug him. You know, he's far enough away.
What the fuck?
Look, I love you to death, but you know, you're
a
guy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Will you be less huggy now, or does that not change?
100%.
I like to be a hugger, and I feel like people are gonna not like it one bit.
You know, I don't know. Like the only time I really hug people, like first of all, I hug Mehran anytime I see him because he's a beautiful man. But also after comedy shows, people want to give you a hug. Usually, you know, people will be like, "Oh, give me a hug," you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna be weird. I don't know if that's gonna stay the same.
Oh,
and I know there's
no touching.
Yes. What did you think? Why did you think we didn't want to hug you?
I don't know, because of my.
I'm always clean.
It's weird that we all made fun of Howie Mandel, and now it turns out everything he did in his life was the best possible thing.
Oh my God! Every day I hope he gets COVID. Every single day, and not because he's a bad person. He's a lovely person. I've met him. He is honestly, he's a doll. He's a peach. But of course you want the germaphobe to get sick. Of course you do.
He was in a hazmat suit right before everybody really things started to shut down. America's Got Talent was still filming, and they made him come in, and he literally went to work in a hazmat suit. And it seemed insane at the time, but he's laughing all the way to his not coughing house.
Sure. I mean, most people.
Sure. And Jaye, how is I'm finding areas in my closet that I did not know existed, shirts that I haven't worn in years being pulled out. Are you how is your clothing options?
All right, here is like right now I'm currently wearing Halloween slip socks.
Yes.
Here's my slipper. This isn't
on Instagram.
This isn't like a really sad puppet. It could be like the COVID crowd, just like kill me, you know, and just pull the plug. But that's my slipper. So now I'm wearing socks from Halloween. I don't. That's where I'm at.
I like how Mehran has gone deep into the bowels of the game room, which I assume is spelled G-A-Y-M-E.
Huh? Sure is, but it's sunglasses, darling. If you can imagine, we ran away from New York in like 20 minutes. Like we packed and jumped in a rental car in 20 minutes. I was like, my sunglasses! It was the least thoughtful, least prepared possible pack job. And I brought like 15, 16 packs of sugar-free Jell-O. Absolutely useless things. Absolutely useless.
Well, I want to take your country game room and raise you a city library. Our third panelist is Joe Larson, everybody.
Looks
ladies and gentlemen, this is very exciting. I do like that Harrison and Jay are essentially in the same apartment, just on opposite sides of it with different cameras.
That's right.
And then-
we don't want to tell anybody because we don't want anybody to think we're violating social distancing.
I'm actually in the bathroom.
Right there.
I'm in the bathroom. I'm just having a call for a time.
Mehran is essentially in Buffalo Bills game room.
sure enough.
If you're going to play ping pong there, first off, you got to play by the rules. You know, you can't. There's no double bounce, and you have to put the nation on the skin. Is it milk? Are you joining some sort of
spring? The water here is well water, and so it's sulfur. It's rich in sulfur, so it's fart water. Like, so if I wake up and take a morning pee and flush the toilet, just like a batch of bad eggs right in the face. Do you know what I mean?
I do want to let you know that you don't have to drink milk. You can just drink bottled water.
I know, says you.
I know that before this, we did a sound check and you were going to go bathe, and 99% of me believes that milk was what you bathed in.
Sure
I
enough.
believe it. I would also have checked the freezer for body parts before I moved my stuff in.
Why? What? Like out here in like Natska? Oh,
That looks like where every militia was planned. You know, like
I'm putting mine here. You guys are
Operation Gridlock was planned from that basement. It looks like.
You're about
There's
to
definitely a
go
sign
in
that says
and
liberate somewhere
assembly with a gun and a mask.
Right, and the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I tell you a story?
Yes.
So
No, we don't have time.
directions from Airbnb, and this was before Airbnb shut down. Like we actually acted fast and got out of the city. So we took the directions, the GPS location off of Airbnb. So there's a right side of the Catskills and there's a wrong side of the Catskills. And we lost cell phone reception for about 16 miles, and then it was just Trump-Pence banners as far as the eye could see. And then we got to the address, we got to the GPS location, and we had to drive over a running stream in an electric car, which should have destroyed the car. And then literally got to a house that was planted in animal waste. It was buried in animal waste, and we revved the tires and kicked every variety of shit. Like, fuck COVID. Do you know what I mean? The things that we made airborne. And then
You brought back the Black Plague.
People don't get that about upstate New York. Like you drive through parts of the Catskills, like Carroll Durham during hunting season, you'll see like deer cars being drained. They're like flags, just the entire.
We
So they
fell
give
and
directions.
killed a baby deer. I saw a baby deer that was killed by nature, but not even like an animal, like a branch.
COVID.
That is wild.
That's the version of Bambi Disney didn't let you see.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the upstate where they go, listen, go to the black feller's house and then turn at the Jew.
No, that's the area where you go, oh, are there any black people here? And they go, oh, Joe. Like there's one person and they all know his name. You're like, oh.
Now we're like outside Woodstock, kind of pink hair weirdos, nice, good hippies who like made their roots. How much acid has been done in this room alone? Do you know by me?
With your sunglasses, I'm assuming that it's mostly done by you.
Oh,
And I want to come
no.
hang. That sounds awesome.
My one break of quarantine and of social distancing was right before we left New York. I bought like 2 ounces of mushrooms.
Hey, can you describe to me what your go bag was? You left in 20 minutes. I feel like you left behind. There was no toothbrushes. There was no important things. There's just a sparkle jacket, 2 grams of acid, and
First off, that shirt is there because those mushrooms are not there now.
Oh yeah. Well, we have 2 pits. Here's the thing. We thought we were going to we rented this house as like a meeting point for our circle of friends. We thought that all of us were going to gather here and quarantine up together. One of them's an ICU nurse. She's out. She belongs to the system now. Another one has a son who they kept postponing when they were going to open schools again, so she didn't join us. Another one and I got into a fucking mean fight, and that was a mess. And so it ended up just being us in this giant house that is costing not a little bit.
By the way, I would pay quite a bit to not be stuck in 500 square feet. It's
minus 254 square feet.
Holy
family in New York is literally like, if the dog's on the couch, we're not on the couch. He gets the couch.
Right, but how many square feet are you playing with right now?
Like 4,000. It's like kind of crazy.
First off, I need to go back. I'm sorry. You live with another human being in 200.
Oh, my husband and a dog.
It doesn't matter. Any other living being in 200. I think this is why he keeps leaving and going to any other place is because he can. He's never had that experience. He's so excited.
Oh, yeah, no, that's actually true. Like,
Yeah. You're bragging. This is humble brags.
By the way, that dog only get a lot larger, but because of they're growing up against the wall. I think that dog is just smaller. I've lost my ability to speak. I've been live streaming for 7 weeks straight. Ignore me for a moment.
Just so you know, it's fucking wonderful to see your faces. It means so much to me to see your faces.
By the way, I want to talk about Joe's background for a second. Where are you? You look like we're here in the library. I'm going to talk about the time when I was a high school senior and we won the big game or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, first off, if you want to hear about the big game, you strap in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we have enough time. That being said, this is my wife's office. You can see the artwork on my for my daughters. Right? You can see my wife's book that she wrote recently, Hangry. You can see her medical degree right there.
Oh,
where's
right? I'm sorry?
Where's your shit?
Fuck you, Jay.
Not here.
So broken.
No, first off, no. Mehran, I need you to shut up because I'm about to have a moment with Jay. My shit exists in a very small box. It's compressed. Have you ever seen those vacuum things where you suck all of the air out of the bag and then you just kind of shove it in there? This is my t-shirt that I get to wear on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I am confined to a very small space. But you know what? We do what we can.
Do you? I don't have any kids, but do you have to lie to them when they give you art? Do you have to tell them it's great even if it's not?
I don't tell them. I don't lie to them. I don't lie to them at all. I think
it's like a new comic where they're like, "How's my set?" And you're like, "You have some interesting thoughts."
You know what? You kind of do that. That's exactly what you do. You go, I like your use of color, but this is trash. So keep using lots of colors, but don't do this again. What was
you sound like my dad?
I mean, yeah, exactly. No, you know what it is? Essentially, I'm saying to them every time they give me art, how about the sciences? What about
my dad used to
talk about a medical degree.
Jay, what were you saying?
My dad used to put my artwork under the refrigerator.
That's not a bad idea. I'm going to use that. I'm not going to lie to you.
My parents have saved a lot of my shit, but now they're moving, and it's literally I've seen all this art I have not seen in 20 years, and it's all going into the garbage. It's like weird having to choose which 6th grade report I want to keep.
You just proved my point, which is if you keep all of the art, you create an artist. And if you don't, maybe you get some retirement funds. I just want to be put up in a nice home. That's all I care. I want to be where Mehran is.
What happened?
I want to be where Mehran is. That's where I want to be put up when I'm dying.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, we can't stay here forever, but until we do, I'll be tripping.
At what point can they convert the amount of money you've paid to Airbnb into just a down payment on the house?
Honestly, like we've considered buying this house, but my husband, he travels so much for work that he has to be near an airport, and we're probably like an hour and a half away from Albany. So it's not really an option. And also, like, eventually comedy will start again. Will it? Yeah.
And for the time being, you're trapped in 1993, so that's pretty great.
Oh, you fucker. It is so 93 in here. The Read. I mean, I didn't decorate it, so I'm not taking it personally, but she is right. Like, there's a signed Kurt Cobain poster at the bottom of the stairs. I mean, I could take you all on a tour.
I'm so excited about that because this is the time period which I wish I was like a blossoming human being in. I'm 482. I'm sorry?
How old are you?
I was born in 82 in Seattle.
Okay.
End of 82, October of 82. So like when grunge was hitting, I was like 8, 9 years old. But on the tail end of it, as it started to die out, I was like, oh, I'm so into this and I'm in the right place. But then everyone was like, it's over. You're fucked. And so I'm so sad about that. So when you're like, this is Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Mudhoney in the early 90s. Oh, I'm into it.
It's dead in Seattle, but in 3 years it'll be popular in upstate New York. So.
100%. Yeah, exactly. That's how far behind upstate New York is.
Yeah, how can it both be
Upstate New York is about to be the tech center of the world in 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully. We are actually considering buying out here. Like, we've kind of fallen in love with it.
My childhood was exactly like Joe Larson's, except boy bands. Speaking of, by the way, we're talking about homes. Britney Spears revealed a very weird fact about her home recently. I will play the video.
Hi guys, I'm in my gym right now. I haven't been in here for like 6 months because I burnt my gym down, unfortunately. I had 2 candles and yeah, one thing led to another and I burned it down.
I burned it down!
One thing led to another and my home gym burnt down. Yada, yada, that story.
That's why there's no Yankee Candle near Planet Fitness. You know, it's just one thing leads to
another. Of course, there are Yankee Candles near Planet Fitness.
It was definitely a Yankee Candle. That is absolutely what it was. And I feel it was like cinnamon.
Right.
Like not even a breeze. Ron, what do you think happened? Do you think she got sick of working out, or do you think
she also went socialist? Like 6 weeks ago, she was like, she was talking about wealth redistribution on a national scale. Does no one remember this Instagram thing? So this bitch, like, she and I are merging spirits. Do you understand? Like, she's going like the tank communist in me is meeting the Vegas capitalist in her. And then the like perpetual fat girl that I have always been, like, say, Jump Street. And the COVID has allowed a certain amount of baking for me. Has not been healthy at all. Do you know what I mean? The engagement with flour, sugar, and butter. We have to nip this in the bud. I should burn the kitchen down, but alas, it's the least flammable part.
That's right. It's weird to say, or even a gym burn down.
Flammable as shit.
Those should have all survived.
Mm-hmm.
How do you burn a dumbbell?
How do you burn a dumbbell? I think that was a cut line from The Sound of Music. When they query about Maria and, you know, how they're going to get her together, they're like, how do you burn a fucking dumbbell?
I think that was the caption for the video is, I guess at least one of the dumbbells survived. Joe, what are your thoughts?
That's fucking genius, by the way.
Well, first off, I got to give it up to Jay. I feel like that was the joke of the night. I mean, we haven't even gotten into most of the subjects, but absolutely nailed it.
There is a trophy I give out. It has a lot of value, and I give it out as many times as I feel like it. Jay, your Yankee Candles, joke of the night.
What the fuck?
Listen, Mehran, there's like 15 of them. They mean nothing. And
don't crush my dreams.
Honestly, Mehran, the way you're going in out of frame is so funny. It also gets the joke of the night.
You're cheaping it.
Oh no, that's the goal of the joke of the night is to use it so much it loses all intrinsic value.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
Comedians in quarantine getting coffee. This is fantastic.
Well, none of us are getting coffee. I'll tell you how much.
You're having like a strawberry margarita?
No.
He had, past tense.
Had a Rosalita is what they call it. I love that Britney Spears burnt down her own gym. I'm very excited about that. I feel like a number of people have said feel the burn, and she did. I'm sorry. Joke of the night? Oh, we're getting a joke of the night?
You hear that sound? You hear that sound, Joe? That's the sound of someone getting joke of the night. You did.
The cigarette plus the sunglasses, plus the tiger shirt.
You see the dog in the background? Fuck with my dog.
The joke of the night is very much like the news press secretary saying she won't lie. It means nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
You know
Yes,
what?
wonderful.
That was a pretty good one. I'm gonna give myself joke of the night.
All right.
It's amazing.
Man, this is I feel like this is unprecedented. That every comic has gotten joke of the night. This is very exciting. This is fun.
It's like a participation trophy. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
trophies for people who did not win sports trophies in their childhood. That's how comedy works.
Hooray!
I'd like to show you guys a photo in Oregon. I think all of us have been to Portland. It's a good comedy
Yeah.
scene. They have opened a drive-through strip club. Here is one photo.
Yeah.
They also do drive-through, so you can also get food.
Look, they have to pay for law school somehow. All right. Well, the strip club's closed.
First question is, did they have to choose a completely Mad Max aesthetic? It does look a little bit post-apocalyptic.
Well, of course. I mean, that's. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's. I think that was absolutely necessary. I like it. I like that the legislature of Oregon was like, okay, we need to reopen. What do we do first? We do gyms so people can get healthy, restaurants so people can eat out. Like, what are we going to do? We open drive-through testing, and some guy in the back is like, fuck that, titties. We need titties. Give me some titties. And they're like, all right, I guess that's where we're going to go.
Recreational weed is like, how do we give people titties and social distancing? And like,
We did it.
I know.
high as fuck, and they were like, have them hand out bags of food.
Yeah.
And then there we are. It's just titties and food. Like anyone
I
here.
like that somebody was driving. At some point, somebody could be driving through and be going like, "Is that a pasty on your shoulder?" And they're gonna be like, "Oh no, a bird shit on me."
Why is if you look inside this vehicle, it is packed. It looks like a mother and daughter. It is a very full vehicle.
And that is, I think, Father of the Year award goes to that guy right there who was like, "Hey, listen, we're gonna take the long route." And
Happy 21st birthday, honey.
Yeah.
By the way, we have
Although
a mother and
everyone's
daughter.
giving them-
Would you go to a drive-through strip club together, like this lovely family?
No. I'm going to say no.
Hard no from New York.
Hard no from me.
See, I think we should expand the idea. I think we should expand it. I think that a lot of people complain about tolls. Would you complain about tolls if we put a poll in them?
Honey,
You know, maybe you throw a couple of bucks in there extra, see a little bit of.
Right.
that's amazing. If like you could get like Easy Pass Plus and they just like flash me a dick when I go through.
100%. I feel like there should be double edged. There should be Easy Pass I want to go through. There should be gay Easy Pass. There should be straight Easy Pass. And there should be like you're with your family.
Yeah, and they call it, who are you calling Easy Pass? Not a great joke, but you know what? Fuck it. Joke of the night.
Joke of the night, Harrison. Joke of the goddamn night.
I can give it to whoever I want, whenever I want.
By the way, I've been in a strip club, and the sidewalks in Portland are probably cleaner. So, you know.
Shade from Jay.
Seriously.
I do love that they've combined everything America loves, which is strip clubs, drive-throughs, and driving. It's perfect. Titties, food, and drive-through. It's the American dream.
And gas masks.
Well, they outlawed smoking in strip clubs, but now carbon monoxide is going to kill most of these strippers. I feel like that's a big problem.
These girls are prepared. Shake it, Tina. Come on, Penny. Tina's pennies. They all have like post-apocalyptic things. By the way, this is the most like Blade Runner fucking shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Forwarding in the most serious way as a culture. I love it.
I do feel like I was really upset when you sent me these pictures because that was my wife paying for college.
And making money. Do you know what I mean? Essential workers.
Yeah.
Essential workers.
Yeah.
I had to put X's on my tits and hand out food. What did you do?
That's right.
You know, storm a Missouri governor's office with ARs?
Fair. I'd rather them be stripping. I mean, if they had that in Michigan, would there have been that kind of militia? I think they would have been distracted.
Maybe that would calm them down a little bit. You know, they would have at least not all gotten to the governor's office at the same time. You know, some of them would have had more ones than others.
Yes.
They would have made it, but they would have been covered in glitter.
Yeah, 100%. No one's threatening covered in glitter.
Exactly. They would have undercut their message.
Yeah.
A new study came out that shows that couples in quarantine are having less sex. Joe and Mehran, you're in couples. Are you finding that? Where are the night sex? Are you guys finding that is true?
Sex before quarantine. Who the fuck are they? Do you know? I mean, couples stop banging well before. I mean, we have the children in, what is it? Iowa.
Yeah, remember you, man.
Iowa. You fuckers. You guys were fresh with fucking, and you were excited about fucking because you were long. You guys were fucking like animals, and then they were like, "Now you're stuck here," and you're like, "Yeah!" Like down, like you ordered saddles from Amazon, like your final order that came in. You know, it was like milk, whips.
Quite quickly.
More lube than olive oil. You know what I mean?
I know you're banging like animals. No
one.
All
guys can be used as a face covering.
Yeah.
You're my face cover, motherfucker.
Strap those legs around this. Joke of the night.
Yeah, I guess that is a very good point. How can couples have less sex than zero?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's fascinating. I think this whole questioning really leads to what's going on in your life, Harrison. You're like, listen, strip clubs, Britney Spears, no one's having sex. These are the topics we're going to talk about. Hey, honey, any others?
It's getting really dark.
How many days have you actually put yourself together? Joe, you worked out earlier. We saw that earlier. He's puffing his tits out. Look at those good nipples. But my point is, like, for the most part, we have been a very low laundry household.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We haven't been generating a lot of laundry. They keep sending us Amazon monthly packages of detergent because this is an Airbnb. And so now we have like 4 giant tubs of detergent stockpiled because we're not washing shit. Like
it's like Amazon. Why do you got to judge me?
My building has a shared laundry room, and so we didn't want to do laundry before, but now we have an excuse that our health is in danger.
Damn straight.
So it makes sense. Do you really need to clean that? Do we need to do the laundry, or can we just live more?
My wife at the start of this turned to me and she told me that blow is not an essential job. She also said that handling is one you could do yourself.
That's joke of the night. Joke of
the night. We got a joke of that.
Good. I take them all back in that one. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. My wife is so serious about social distancing. The other night I tried to throw a move on her and she was like, unless that thing has grown 6 feet and 2 inches and gotten thicker. And I was like, listen, I'm tired. You know what? Let's just go to bed.
The girth certificate. God bless you.
Yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope.
And Jay, are you quarantined alone or with somebody?
I have a roommate, and we're testing just how much we like each other. It's great. It's great.
Does it make you feel better to know that all the couples are having just as not sex as you are?
Oh yeah. No, I'm like, good. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know.
Jay, I've been married 10 years. At this point, I've been married for 10 years with 2 kids and 1,000 square feet. At this point, romances for us is just applying sunscreen.
Well, my thing,
I'm like, is that SPF 15? You dirty bitch.
My thing is, like, there's no more private time. If I want some me time with Mr. Shaky, what am I gonna do? It's
Mr. Shaky.
It's a little complicated. That's all.
Is that a brand name or is that a nickname?
No, I don't know. That's what I call him.
Jay's been dating somebody with Jay's been dating Michael J. Fox.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
what is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, with Jay?
I did not say that.
I'm fine with anyone who says it. No one rich is dying.
I mean,
isn't that nice?
No.
Isn't that nice? No, because here's the thing. I think that if we've learned anything from the Republicans, they're the most important people. As Maria Bamford says, reach for the stars. They're the only people that can help.
Truth.
Yeah, it is very weird to see celebrities be real upset about the quarantine from their giant mansions filled with gold.
Yeah, no, Ben Affleck yelled at a paparazzo and was like, how dare you? And it's just like, my only hope is that everything becomes less relevant as a result of this.
Yeah.
That is my only
That's another concert where somebody goes, it's tough for everybody. Let me play you this song from my personal studio.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I was on my private beach lamenting the state of mankind, and I wrote this song. It's like, no!
Let me sing you this song from my jet flying over all of you. All of you need this from my jet, because I can see you all right now as I fly to my home in Aspen above all of you.
Can I ask a question of Joe?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
He was
Can you
working
do some stuff for me, Ron?
Where were you working out?
Where was I working at?
Yeah.
Right over
Did you
there.
hear him earlier? He's been jerking off for 10 years.
Oh my God, bless him. God bless
It's
him.
all forearm. It's just forearm. It's what I call jerking off. Look at that. It's what I call jerking off. You see that? Yeah. Well, listen, you are welcome that we can no longer shake hands because I'd crush your fucking phalanges.
That's what I want. One, that's what I want. And two,
That's really hot.
owner of this house, our internet has been disconnected like 6 times because of my illegal downloading of porn. And what I found out today is that every time they've like interrupted our service because of my illegal downloading of porn, he has gotten the title of the porn I was downloading.
What was the last title? Are we allowed to
Oh,
ask?
lovely. Can we please hold on, Harrison. Let me host the show for a moment. Please.
Like everybody.
Wait, are you just doing like?
I just want to hear the titles that were sent to whoever was. Hey, hold on. You. I want you to be the person on the phone from the cable company calling, and I'll be the person renting you the house.
No.
Okay? Are you ready? Hold on. I'm gonna. Yeah. Hi. How's it going? What's up? This is Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeff. I want to apologize for the most recent internet disconnection. My interest in Mormon relationships is purely it's theological, it's anthropological. I just want to know how these people interact with each other, because I've been watching other documentaries on Netflix, and then I wondered what their sex lives were like. So in this one particular case where it was this one kid's uncle, who was also a minister, who had to perform a medical examination on him. So it was called Uncle Mormon Priest ball touching. That was, I want you to know that it was me as a scientist, not me as a self.
So I'm sorry. When you told me earlier you were a comedian,
Fucking
Canadian. I didn't realize that I was renting the house to such a highfalutin fella. You're not only a comedian, you're also a scientist.
I am a scientist. And all comedians are scientists. We're all cultural,
like a social scientist.
Social scientists.
Oh, that's great.
Who also, because of I wouldn't say that we've stopped having sex. In fact, I found.
So when you hold on, so what was the scientific research behind when you rented Fists of Glory?
Yeah, Fists of Glory. One, it's about the threshold of the human body, as in we know that there's a high code.
I can't argue with that.
Matter. Do you know what I mean? But if you're rimming, let's say, what's the likelihood of exposure without a dental dam, which no one has ever used ever?
That's fair.
Right?
Oh, so this is more of a COVID issue.
Oh, I'm very
looking at
in the moment. Joe, Pete, Daddy. There are a lot of daddy porn. So, and here's the thing. My father was.
So anyway, tell me more about this fisting thing.
Yeah. I feel like that guy is learning a lot. If he's Googling those titles.
Oh, he's learning every.
And by the way, Mehran and Joe, you win longest bit of the night.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even a bit. But my therapist doesn't know what I jack off to. Like I've never brought, but it's insight. I mean,
You're not supposed to do that in their office. I have tried. They don't like it. Doesn't matter how often you bring up your mom.
What have
You're
you
not
all
supposed
been
to jerk off.
backing into? Now it's your turn. What have
I
you
just love
been
trying to
backing
spin. You're like, it says it's Book of Mormon XXX parody. How is it? You're like, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Book of More Men. Okay, it's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Oh.
okay. And honestly, that with wordplay, I'm not coming with wordplay. I'm just being genuine. I've only masturbated to like fringe, really weird incest stuff. Again, no interest in my own father, but great interest in yours.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unending, interminable.
I like there's some reality stuff where it's almost like a game show, and sometimes they don't even finish. And I love that. How often you get a porn where it's a twist ending, and then they didn't have sex.
It's always a twist ending for me. Yeah.
How often do you make it till the end of a porno?
That's very true.
Look at them now. We found out
It's
Harrison's a
science.
eunuch.
I'm very
We're very
scientific.
excited to be.
I'm a scientist. It's a part of the process.
I have a book report.
Yeah, I should send him reports on every porn I've downloaded. I think that'll make him feel better.
That's like the thing I've heard out of court.
We would like take it easy with the porn downloading, and we bought a VPN and we put it on Noah's computer, but not mine. So I've just been downloading with impunity, and he's gotten dozens of.
Why are you downloading the porn? You should be streaming it.
Well, I don't know.
What a weird grandfather approach to downloading grandfather.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like he's like, listen,
in that basement.
my Blockbuster
It's been in
account has
1993
been
for so long,
blowing
it
up.
comes on DVD.
Well, I assume that hidden in that basement is like a cache of porn.
Yes.
Oh no,
Magazines.
there is no corner of this place that I have not over. Like,
Okay. I mean, like 70s
First
porn.
off, is what he's saying. He's not-
VHS tapes, New York. New York is very into VHS tapes. Have I told you guys that when this is over, I'm going to make a VHS porn of me blowing a Benny Hill lookalike to yakety sax?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That's
Have I told you? Have I told you, man?
Hallway to hallway while you chase him?
yeah. It's
Ron, I haven't told you how well I could look like Benny Hill.
oh my God, Joe! If I can get permission from your daughters, by art, through art.
Reining it back in for our final topic. I like it. We're trying to land the plane and it's going to Malaysia. But the final story is this. Here's the photo. A news anchor was caught potentially cheating on his wife. The story is, according to him, he actually had broken up with the previous person. But people did not know he was in a relationship with this lady until she walked naked behind him during a news broadcast. Is that something he did on purpose? Because it feels like a weird thing to accidentally just have happen.
This completes the Harrison cycle. He started with Britney Spears, went to strippers, went to your wife not fucking you, and now he's on to somebody cheating on his wife. Is your girlfriend still there? Did she take off?
No, you know how like Wagner had his Ring trilogy? It was his magnum opus. This is my
Is
version.
that right?
This is my operatic.
Like, this is more of like a.
Force.
This seems more like a Woody Allen. Write what you know.
I feel like isn't that what most Spanish TV newscasters do? Like, don't they just have like a naked woman walk by?
And as soon as they walked by, it zoomed in on his face and it went dun dun dun.
And then they just go to like an old lady makeup, like this bad wig, going Dios mío, and then
Ay, Dios.
Jay. So here are the two parts of this that give me pause. One, Spain has had some of the strictest quarantine sort of standards in the world. They arrest people. They will tackle a hoe who is walking about willy-nilly. Don't we all wish? Right? Tackle me in Toledo. Come on, what is the music?
Is there a blender happening?
Fuck you, Jay. I am not giving you whacking material. I can hear you.
Hold on, let me adjust. Go ahead.
I can hear Mr. Shaky.
Honestly, it's neck massager my Aunt Ida. So,
Either the neck massager or Joe's wife is making him another margarita. It's one of two things.
oh, is that another margarita?
I wish. Actually, it might be happening. If she knows what's good for her.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe.
Listen, this haircut isn't the only thing in the 1950s.
Wait a minute. Why is your hair so tidy?
Yeah.
Sorry, tidy?
Did you stealth haircut?
Look at
Or is that
this.
just
Yeah.
those sides look fresh?
No,
They're not. Listen. No, look at this. There we go. It's not. It's very. It's not great.
It's like
that's fresh. Look at that.
Power.
That's
I
tidy.
cut it myself, and look at this. Look at this. Do you see that? This is where I chopped a piece of my head off.
Okay.
I have made.
You were winning till just a
I'm
second
going to
ago.
use that excuse for my bald spot that I just fucked up my haircut.
Oh no! Who goes bald here? Who goes here?
Oh, wow.
That's Yarmouth.
And that is the joke of the night.
Wait for it. It's right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But here's the
Provided by Harrison's mom.
that Spanish broadcaster, his previous girlfriend hosts Big Brother.
That's right.
We have a
for
guest.
Spain.
Oh,
which
more
is
margarita. Thank you.
Big
It's
Brother.
a margarita.
Way to go, bud. Way to go. Chin Chin Hooker.
Yeah.
Chin Chin watching. Chin Chin National Lampoon. Harrison J. Chin Chin. Here's your note.
No. The word of the night, if people are going to drink, is
XXXX.
X, baby.
X.
There you go.
All right.
X.
Before we wrap this up, because
Another woman.
this has been tremendously fun. But before we go, I just want to bring up the audience one more time because we're going to try a new thing called Audience Q&A, where we give each audience cam that's New York and Iowa. They got to ask one question, any question they want. It's up to them. Let's see what happens. Let's start with New York. New York, what is your one question?
If you each had to name a quarantine-themed sex act, what would it be called?
That's a
The
fantastic
look on your mom's
question.
face was everything I want to see.
That was a beautiful question. Fantastic work, New York. If you could have a quarantine-themed sex move, what would it be?
Mine would be he's on top, shoving my ass down, and he's calling it flattening the curve.
Yeah!
Way to go, bitch.
Flattening the
Nicely
curve.
done.
That is
Nice.
great.
Beautiful.
Mine is called social isolation.
Okay, yeah.
Mine's called COVID-69. It's where we both wear masks and attempt to do it.
Mine is called N95, where I'm with a person of color who's old.
Oh, God.
And that is the racist comment of the night. Do you have that?
I wish I could take it back.
I only said that had nothing to do with anything. I won't be accused. I will not be accused. When
Listen, Mehran,
I'll do it. It's a
women.
negative joke of the night. It undoes the
Oh,
joke.
nice.
That basement is sinking into you, I think. You're starting to learn from the basement.
Exactly. I was going to say, this is how you know you've been in the woods too long.
My dog's been trying to like this.
Iowa, you get one question. What is it?
I don't think we can top New York. What is the one thing what's the first thing you'll do when the quarantine's done?
Ooh, that's a very good question.
The N95.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't wait to do stand-up again. I'll tell you that. That would be very nice.
Yeah. I miss licking surfaces.
Me too.
Honestly, when there was a time when I could just put my tongue on any table or doorknob with a certain impunity, and now, I have to like spray it with Lysol, wait 4 minutes, and then put it in my mouth.
So now we figured out who patient zero is. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Also, while eating a bat,
Throw to Mary, if you will.
I have to eat a bat and then suck a doorknob.
Jay, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
I can't wait to go to Mehran's apartment when he comes back.
You can go to it right now. There's nobody going to stop you. You can be there right now if you want it to be.
Sorry. Who am I
guys,
kidding?
Does anyone want my apartment?
I'll take it.
No, literally. Like, if anybody needs to get out of, Jay, we'll talk. I shit you
We'll
not.
talk later.
Fuck.
Joe's excited. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Giving me away.
This was so funny. If you want to follow Mehran, it's Mehran X. That's on Twitter, or the Mehran on Instagram. Jaye McBride is at Jaye McBride on Instagram. Make sure you put a period between the J and the McBride, but it's Jaye McBride in both cases. And Joe Larson is What About Joe? And on Instagram, it's comedian Joe Larson. If you want to donate to the COVID Foundation, all the money goes to
Give.
Yes, it's covid.cm /National Lampoon. Mehran, Joe, and Jay, thank you guys so much for joining us. Mwah. Stay safe and stay well. We'll see you very soon. Thank you so much. Oh, boy. And let's give it up for our audience. New York, fantastic question.
Thank you.
And Iowa, fantastic work as well. Thank you guys so much for being in our virtual audience. If you want to join our virtual audience, just go to office@nationallampoon.com. Just send us an email. We'll pop you right in. It's super fun. You get to ask questions. You might even find out new sex moves with your mother. It's a fantastic time. At nationallampoon.com. Thank you guys so much. And a quick serious thing. Somebody who was vital and important to the National Lampoon, Matty Simmons, passed away. He was 93. He was one of the producers of Animal House, and one of the people who, without whom the National Lampoon could not exist. So we dedicate this show to him. Please make sure you do donate. If you want to do it in his memory, that's a fantastic way to do it. Matty Simmons, fantastic guy. So yeah, that has been our show. Thank you so much for watching. We're here every Tuesday and Friday at 8 p.m. ET or 5 p.m. PT. That is on Pacific Daylight Time. It's what a wild show. What a fun show, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Keep on watching, and we'll see you real soon. My name is Harrison Greenbaum, and this has been National Lampoon Live, everybody. National Lampoon Live. National Lampoon Live.